Yeah, well, in terms of child marriage, there are different motivations on why parents are, giving their girl childs. First of all, one of the reasons for them is the economic aspect, right? But if you want to put it too dramatic, the girl is not an object that can become a transactional economic operation, right? So the girls have the right to have education and and then later on when they're ready, they decide. No, in many occasions they are married to men that can be their parents, their father or their grandfather. And this goes against nature, right? And in other cases, they're married too young and they become pregnant. And honestly, that's science. The body of a woman needs to, the girl needs to develop all her reproductive organs, and once she becomes a woman, then she can, be a mother. But at this stage, we are having girls, small girls, having babies too soon. I've been in several parts of the country, because when I speak it's because I have seen. And you can see girls as young as 16, 17 years already with 2 or 3 kids. This goes against nature, right? So yes, cultural beliefs to an extent, right? And I think a lot has to do with lack of information on and parental guidance. So this is one thing. Genital female mutilation, I heard, is a practice to protect girls. I wonder what type of protection is given by mutilating a girl, right? This if someone can really explain to me
But
what is the type of protection
some will
when you
argue,
mutilate a girl.
I don't use the word mutilation in this instance because some will argue that you also do that for the boy child, which is, just, they call it
Circumcision.
circumcision. And so some say it is just
No.
circumcision.
The circumcision was practiced, not yet, it's not and no longer done. And some years back, it was done by the doctors based on preventing infections, future infections on men, right? A lot of prostate cancer has to do with, first multi-partners, etc. So papilloma transfers from one partner to the other, lack of proper hygiene. So the mutilation had to do, and even anciently, the reason is hygiene. Now the question is the circumcision, right? Now the mutilation of a girl, my question is, what does it has to do with hygiene or with risk of having, cancer? So I think it's a very traumatic practice, and very painful. There are some communities that they're mutilating their babies, girls, as early as the first year of life, right? And then you should ask why. Some have said that because they're protecting her for not being sexually active. And it is very contradictory, because if you are mutilating a girl and in the theory of not being sexually active, why you are giving them away to men before they become adults?
So it's contradictory.
Yeah, but really contradictory, right? And this is one of the toughest parts of children's rights, of people to understand. But I really want to go on the social rights, because that is the origin of many things, even, this type of practices, right? It's a lot of lack of education, right? Of knowing. So we cannot think on a Nigeria where every year 8 million, you have 8 million births every year. So in a 5-year time, you have 40 million children. Imagine that. That is really dramatic if all the services are not at hand. So this is contributing a lot to the gap of access to social services. So education is critical for the girl and also critical for the boy. You have a lot of dangers, and that really affects the life of children. Violence, gangs, narco traffickers, illicit trafficking of people, you mention it, and all these dangers that children are subjected to when they are in the streets. Right? This is where we need to focus our eyes, and not really marrying the girls or mutilating the girls. Parents should know that educating, making the efforts to send their children to school. The local governments should really have an accountability by making sure that the school is open and it's working.
Okay.
State level to invest in security for the schools, right? This is what we should look at, because the population is growing exponentially.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.